Welcome to Previously On, a podcast series created to help you through some of the most complex yet brilliant television ever made. Game of Thrones Season 2, Episode 7, A Man Without Honour. Theon wakes to find Osha, Hodor and the Stark brothers missing from Winterfell, and he sets out with his men to find them. They find walnut shells in the yard of a nearby farm, suggesting that they were once nearby, so Theon resolves to interrogate the farmer. At Harrenhal, Tywin investigates the poisoned dart used to kill the soldier, which he wrongly believes was intended for him. Arya actually got Jaqen H'ghar to kill him before he raised the alarm about her to Tywin. The Mountain thinks that the assassin was a member of the Brotherhood Without Banners, an outlaw group. Tywin commands that villages and farms are burned to send a message to all those harbouring fugitives. Tywin offers Arya some food, and while he tells her about his legacy, she briefly considers taking a chance to kill him. Her historical knowledge and use of language convinces Tywin that she's concealing her ancestry, but Arya persuades him otherwise. Beyond the wall, Ygritte, the wildling that Jon captured, deduces that Jon is a virgin, and Jon tells Ygritte celibacy is the price of being a brother of the Night's Watch. She tries to persuade Jon he can have a better life as a free man beyond the wall like Mance Rayder, and offers to teach him more about sex, but a very tempted Jon manages to refuse. Ygritte then escapes, and Jon is cornered by her and several wildlings who've been hiding in the hills. In the Red Keep, Sansa has her first period, meaning she's considered old enough to marry Joffrey and bear his children. Sansa and Shae, Tyrion's secret love and Sansa's handmaid, attempt to hide the blood on her sheets but are discovered by the Hound. Cersei later tells Sansa that while she may never be able to love Joffrey, she must still love her children. At the Stark camp, Robb is informed by Alton Lannister that Cersei has rejected his peace terms, so Robb places Alton in a pen with Jaime Lannister. The medicine woman Talisa, who's grown close to Robb, agrees to accompany him to the crag as she's seeking medical supplies for the injured. In the pen, Alton and Jaime talk amicably. Despite this, Jaime bludgeons Alton to death to attract a nearby guard who he strangles, stealing his keys and escaping. In Qarth, Xaro insists he was not responsible for the disappearance of Daenerys' dragons, but Daenerys is suspicious still. Jorah returns from his quest to find ships and visits Quaithe, a Shadowbinder, in search of the dragons. Quaithe tells Jorah the thief is with Daenerys right now. At that moment, the warlock Pyat Pree tells Daenerys he has her dragons in the House of the Undying, before Xaro stages a coup and together they assassinate the other 11 members of the Council. Back in the Riverlands, Jaime is recaptured by the Starks and in Robb's absence brought before Catelyn. Despite demands for his execution, Catelyn knows Jaime is far more valuable alive. In Cersei's chambers, Tyrion tells his sister that Joffrey needs to be controlled. Cersei wonders whether Joffrey's cruelty is caused by his incestuous lineage, as was often the case with the Targaryens. Tyrion tells her she has beaten the odds, as Myrcella and Tommen are both good children, but is unable to offer her much comfort. Catelyn's refusal to execute Jaime causes anger in the Stark camp that night. Catelyn calls him a man without honour, and Jaime tells her that his loyalty to Cersei makes him more honourable than her late husband. In a fury, Catelyn orders Brienne to draw her sword. The episode ends in Winterfell with Theon, desperate to be taken seriously, assembling the locals to show them what happens to those who cross him. He reveals the hanging remains of 2 children who've been burned to death. As Maester Luwin mourns Bran and Rickon, Theon looks horrified at what he's become. Thanks for listening. Hope it's been helpful. Listen, if you've enjoyed this, I would love it if you subscribed. We've got loads more shows where this came from, and we'd love you to join us for them. If you know someone who needs to get up to speed with Thrones, just send them our way. A 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts from would also be absolutely fantastic. If you've got any feedback, have I pronounced a name wrong? I hope I haven't. Or ideas for a show that we should be covering. We'll almost certainly be doing the big ones, but you never know. There may be others that we've missed. Let us know. I'd love to hear from you over on Twitter. You can find us at Previous Podcast, or just email us hello@previouslyon.co.uk. Previously On is presented by Jamie East and is a Daft Doris production.